Good Friday afternoon, SJSH, and here are some Friday afternoon announcements. To start off with, let's go with some birthdays. So this week we had a few birthdays. On the 22nd, there were 3 birthdays. Sky Benjamin, Mateo Brown, and Dante Lennox. You all had birthdays on the 22nd. Happy birthday to all of you. And then on the 25th was Brandon Vischer, and on the 26th is Jonah Mahler. Happy birthday to all of you in September. We have a few more birthdays next week, but I'll wait till next week to announce them because they are next week. All right, let's go with some shout outs. So the first shout out actually comes from me, and this shout out is going to Ethan Nicolau. So on his spare today, he had all his work caught up. And he was kind of looking around to see what he could do and what he might help with. And he just decided to start tidying up the lunchroom. And he said, well, I'm gonna help with this and help with that. So Ethan, thank you so much for all your help today. It was just so wonderful to see you take a step towards making your community nicer and cleaner. And that was just so lovely for you to do. So thank you very much for that. The next shout out comes from Miss A, and she wants to give a shout out to Malik. He's been so organized and ready to go every day. She is super proud of his readiness to learn. She also wants to give a shout out to Logan, Lauren, and Thea. They have done such an awesome job adjusting to our new school and already contribute so much to our classroom community. I am so glad to have them in my class. That is wonderful shout out. So Malik, Logan, Lauren, Thea, I love it. Thank you and congratulations. The next shout out comes from Mr. V. He wants to give a shout out to Elliot for her individual organization and neatness, completion of assignments, classwork, and homework. In her community, Elliot is respectful to her peers and adults. She always volunteers for leadership opportunities inside and outside of the classroom. Elliot translates this etiquette during PE as well, demonstrating exceptional skill and movement, but also pairing that with patience and empathy for her classmates. I love that shout out, Elliot! Amazing! Way to go! You just keep being you. Next shout out comes from Mr. DeMarco. So he wants to give a shout out first, says congratulations to Matthew Gerard for delivering an all-encompassing legal presentation on basic police powers. Matthew's uncle is an RCMP officer, and Matthew had the opportunity to interview him for the benefit of the grade 11-12 students. Thank you to Matthew for going the extra mile for your presentation and sharing information straight from the Corporal Gerald's point of view. Well, that's awesome. I love it when you can bring in your family experience, but the real world experience to make the learning true and authentic. So Matthew, that was awesome. Next, a way back playback shout out to a Scholars Hall Summer School student, Nora Thompson. Nora gave an update on how she's doing and performing well in all her subjects, and especially grade 4 math. We then had a huge laugh about summer school memories and all of the sour Skittles we ate in class. That's wonderful. So for those of you who don't know, Mr. DeMarco was one of our summer school teachers, and he actually taught a grade 3-4 class. So he did get to know some of our younger students. So that's wonderful that you're still connecting with them, Mr. DeMarco. Next, in truly remarkable Jackson fashion, the one and only Mr. Gage Jackson absolutely stole the show during his grade 12 impromptu speech. The class unanimously voted for Gage being the #1 speaker based on his creativity, his off-the-cuff nature, and vocal variety. It is fantastic to see Gage's presentation talent shine through. That's awesome! Congratulations, Gage. I love that shout out. Next, a shout of Hall of Fame valedictorian to Emma Peebles. Emma has been working hard on her grade 9 business loan assignment. She even came in for extra help on her own time and has been doing a wonderful job. This morning, she submitted a fully typed out, magnificent 3-page report. Thank you, Emma. Oh, that's wonderful, Emma. Congratulations. Next shout out. The student council is underway, and there are some students who are throwing their hearts and souls into the process. A shout out to Kayla Stoyles and Ella Verbanek, who for competing for the top position of president within the student council. The extra effort, the posters, the t-shirts, and the announcements have been truly inspiring, and I think both of you would make phenomenal leaders within the school and represent the student body as well. Good luck during the last week of your campaign and next week's student body election. Yes, congratulations to both of you ladies. I'm seeing everything around the school. It's just so nice to see again. Vote. They have some great slogans out there, so just wonderful. Congratulations to both of you ladies. And his last shout out. A shout out to Nathan Towers for starting out grade 12 English in stride. Nathan's goal is to attend McMaster's Health and Science program. So the 71 out of 71 he received on the Mary Shelley Frankenstein test has only helped him in achieving this ultimate goal. Keep up your great work, Nathan. That's awesome. And Frankenstein's not an easy book to read. I don't know any adults out there if you've actually read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It is a very challenging novel. So well done, Nathan. All right, next shout out comes from Mr. Gore Jr. He wants to give a shout out to Chloe and Liam in his class. They've both shown great leadership skills while assisting our Pee-wee karate class. Oh, that's so great. I love hearing that you're volunteering, you're using your knowledge to help out with the younger students' knowledge. That's wonderful. Thank you to you two. Okay, next shout out comes from Madame Miss Arthur. She would like to express her delight in how hard her class has been working since the beginning of the year. Thank you for all your hard work, participation, and the effort in all of your lessons and activities. So now to her social sciences class. This week, everyone tried to complete 5 tasks without their thumbs and explain the various ways they struggled and or worked around the issues. They learned and discussed about the importance of humans having opposable thumbs in everyday life. Well done. Well, that's an interesting, we talk about why we have or the idea of having an opposable thumb and how it changed our development, but having them actually try to live without a thumb, that's interesting. I wonder how many parents could live without a thumb for even like an hour or so and just see what that's like. That would have been an interesting report. All right, her next one is to her French class. This week, students created their own advertisements and presented their commercials to class. A great deal of energy and enthusiasm was shown. Oh, she's put a French phrase down here. It says, merci. I'm not sure how to say the rest. So I apologize, Miss Arthur. I should have practiced that before I started reading the announcements or the shout outs. So the next shout out from her says to upper and lower floor French students. This week we practiced our learned vocabulary and had to participate in speaking the words out loud and working on our pronunciations. Everyone showed wonderful effort and energy in trying to enunciate and properly voice our French words. Well done, she says. Oh, that's a wonderful shout out. Thank you, Miss Arthur, for all those awesome shout outs. The next shout out comes actually from a parent. So this shout out comes from Shelly McGinnis, and she says that she loves our shout outs and she wants to include one of her own. She says, as you know, both James and Laura are swimmers. We skipped last year due to COVID, however, decided to give it a try this year. Both James and Laura made the competitive team. That's awesome. Both kids appear to be keeping up with their schoolwork while swimming 3 or 4 times per week. James is doing amazingly well despite swimming 6 hours a week, including from 6 to 7:30 on Friday mornings. It says, that's right, James is up at 5 a.m. on Fridays, swimming from 6 to 7:30, and then getting straight dropped off at school from the pool to do a full day of school, including any tests, language, math, science. Swimming nights, they have little to no time to do homework or study for their tests. They swim Thursday nights, so they've started studying for their tests on Wednesday nights to ensure that they have time in reviewing again as time permits Thursday nights. She said, I just want to give them both shout outs for all their hard work and discipline. That's amazing. To juggle school and then juggle something as like a competitive anything. If you're a singer or a dancer or an actor, or if you're an athlete, or if you do any competitive gymnastics or swimming or anything, it is very difficult to learn how to balance your life and juggle it all. So Laura and James, we don't get to see that side of you. So I'm just letting you know that we are so proud of you for learning how to juggle 2 demanding schedules, school and swimming. Very good job. I'm so proud of you. All right, here's the very last shout out for this week. It comes from Miss Howe. She says, my shout out this week goes to Rebecca for her participation in all tasks this week and for her perseverance with some tasks that she found hard. Oh, Rebecca, that's so wonderful. Do you know how hard it is to keep going when you find something hard? That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. Keep going. Keep doing that. Okay, so my shout outs are over. My birthdays are over. Let's talk Paul Davis. What an amazing experience that was with him being here at the school. I got to listen to every single one of his presentations, right from the grade 3 to 6 presentation, the grade 7, 8 and high school presentation, and then to the parent presentation in the evening. And each one was similar, but each one was very different. And just the message that he gave out was just so powerful and so wonderful. I'm going to be sending out a bunch of links in this email that he has sent to me. Videos that he recommends that parents watch and resources that he's recommending for parents and students to have. So please watch out for that and take a look at what he's sending out. He also let me know that there is going to be a virtual makeup session. He's not quite sure when it's going to be completely yet. He did say it's going to be mid-October. So mid-October, he's going to have a virtual session. It's not quite the same as what he does in person. He said he has to tailor it slightly because now it's online. However, a lot of the pertinent information will be the same. So it will be, I believe it will be either on Zoom or Google Meet or Teams or something like that. He's going to send me that information so I can include it in my October newsletter, and then I will get that out to you. So if there's any parent who missed the in-person, or who heard from the people who were in person and realized like, oh shoot, I should have been there, you can jump into this virtual evening with Paul sometime mid-October. So again, I'll give you all that information once I have it, but in the meantime, you can check out the links that he has sent our parents for the evening that he just did. It was phenomenal. Even if you do nothing else, just Google his name and look him up. This guy knows what he's talking about, and we are so lucky to have him come to our school. Next, for any amounts that are under $50. So if you're buying pizza, or if you're buying a uniform item, or if you're giving money to Terry Fox, we are going to ask that you solely give us cash for those. It's difficult for us and my accounting if we have $2 here or $4 here as an e-transfer. It's too difficult to keep it all together. So if you have an amount that you are giving the school, it's under $50 and it's for something like Terry Fox, pizza days, any small uniform items, any little bits of money like that, we would really ask, please, that you give us cash at the office. It's so much easier for us to handle and to keep it separate from everything else. So I appreciate that. Our Terry Fox run is on this Friday. So Friday, October 1st is our Terry Fox run. I will have more information. About Terry Fox run starting on Monday. So Mr. Hall was quite busy today with all the leadership and getting it all set up. He's going to have all those details for me so that I can send it out to you on Monday. And so I'll have lots of information about Terry Fox run and how that's going to go sent out to you early next week. It's also Pizza Day next Friday, which is wonderful. It's nice that Pizza Day and Terry Fox run fall on the same day. And we're getting a special treat delivered here. There was a parent that wanted to celebrate the start of the school year and contacted me and said, I really want to give a special treat to all of the students. And we suggested that it be on Terry Fox Day so that when the students come back from the Huron Natural area, that they get a very nice, cool, sweet treat. So there's going to be, and I don't want to tell the students yet, so if there's any students that are listening, maybe I shouldn't say it, but there's going to be an ice cream truck that is coming to the school on that day, paid for by this wonderful family that just wants to celebrate us all being together. So your child will get a special, nice treat on Friday once the Terry Fox run is over. So thank you so much to that amazing, wonderful family for organizing this wonderful little treat that we are all now back in the building. So thank you. Lastly, Student Council. Student Council is starting up and going. Like I said earlier, they are talking about president and roles and getting all of that sorted. Student Council has come to me today about some of the events that they want to get started. They're talking about Halloween, they're talking about Terry Fox, they're talking about lots of other things. I just heard that Student Council is looking at another activity for next week. So once I have more details about that, I again will be sending it out early next week on Monday or Tuesday. So stay tuned because I think Student Council has something going on for next week that I didn't know about until just a few moments ago. So I think that's it for now. So to all my birthday people, all my shout out people, Paul Davis, if you see this, thank you so much for your wonderful talk for all of us. I hope you all have an incredibly lovely weekend. Hopefully it's not as rainy as it's been over this last while. It's been pretty rainy and gross, but enjoy the fall weather. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next week. Bye for now, SJSH.